Hello everyone, and welcome and thank you for joining us for this Cycle England and Visit Lincoln introduction to TXGB, which stands for Tourism Exchange Great Britain. We're bringing you this webinar from the Cycle England project. That's a Visit England funded project to develop leisure cycling holidays in the UK. There are 4 destinations that took part in the project. They're Yorkshire, Cumbria, Northumberland and Lincolnshire. And as Visit Lincoln, we're proud to deliver the Lincolnshire element of the project. So within Lincolnshire, we developed 4 long distance cycling routes. They are the Humber to the Wash, Lincoln and the surrounding area, South Lincolnshire and the stately homes of South Lincolnshire, and the Lincolnshire Wolds. The project originally targeted overseas visitors, and we worked with tour operators to develop packages to sell into a continental audience, specifically Dutch and German visitors. With everything that's happened over the last 18 months due to COVID, the project pivoted, and we now also look at the domestic visitor as well. So not only are we working with tour operators and selling suggested itineraries into them, we're also looking at the independent traveller, and that might be a day visitor to the county or someone who's booking independently for a longer stay also. So of course, bookability is extremely important. And when you look at the Cycle England website, we would like all of the businesses that feature on the routes to be in some way bookable online, which is why we're bringing these workshops to you. And as Cycle England develops into Cycle Lincolnshire, which we hope will be the legacy of the Cycle England project for our county, we would very much like businesses in the visitor economy to take full advantage of all of the promotional activity we have planned around Cycle Lincolnshire. And again, that means that online bookability is very important. So I'm going to talk you through a little bit about the cyclists that we are targeting in terms of the target audience with this project. I'm then going to hand over to Sam, who's the marketing manager for Visit Lincoln, and he's going to talk you through the importance of bookability, a quick introduction into what TXGB looks like, and then is going to introduce some of the videos as well that he has recorded for you, especially that you can look at your leisure. You can pause and go back and rerun bits and pieces of them if there are any bits that you wish to look at again, which will take you through the actual sort of nuts and bolts of getting your product registered onto the TXGB platform. So who are the customers that we are looking at for Cycle England and Cycle Lincolnshire? You can see from this chart that it looks at the age group on the left, and then on the right, the percentage of those age groups that own a bike or have access to a bike. Within the Cycle England project, we looked at the leisure cyclists between the ages of 40 and 59, because you can see that they're the percentages, sorry, they're the age group that have the highest percentage of access to a bike or use a bike. So in terms of this specific project, that was our target audience, slightly older leisure cyclist who's going to come to the county, take advantage of the itineraries that we've put together, which include accommodation, they include places to stop to eat and drink, and also attractions along the route as well. So these routes were put together thinking about packages really of keeping visitors within the county. We know that the leisure cyclist has a higher propensity to spend more as well when they're on their holiday. So they'd spend on average 9% more than a traditional visitor, and that equates to around about £81 per person per day. So they're spending more and they're spending a longer time within the county, which is why the project very much looked at that demographic. But what I wanted to just say with this slide is if you look at all of the adult age range, you can see that that a lot of people have access to a bike or are interested in cycling. So although we have looked at that slightly older demographic with this project, it's not to say that you couldn't look at a younger or older age group for your business. In terms of cycling, it is very much a wide demographic and appeals to a lot of people.
Hello, everyone. So why is bookability important? So there's two main reasons. On the left-hand side, we have the operational factors that are really important to consider. And on the right-hand side, we have the marketing things to consider. So for a lot of businesses, it's the operational stuff that's really important. So first of all, online bookability allows you to be a lot more efficient in terms of your bookings. Now, obviously, there is a bit of a steep learning curve in terms of actually understanding how these platforms work, especially if you've not done them. But it's a worthwhile investment that will save you a lot of time and money in the future, because an online booking system allows you to have everything in one place. So you don't have to have different spreadsheets or emails or things flying all over the place. You can just keep it all in one place, which is great for day-to-day operations. And also, because it's all in one place, it will give you a lot more insight into data as well. Again, because it's digitized, it's all collected in one place, which will allow you to understand the different products that people like. So, for example, you may be a B&B that has 2 rooms and you may offer different stays, so 2 nights or 3 nights. And what you may find from that data is actually over a year, it's your 3-night stays that are the most popular ones, which then helps inform your marketing and promotion of your business, because people clearly want to do that. So you can focus your efforts on promoting that product rather than one that isn't performing as well. And that also then leads into the competitive side, which is that you are in competition with other businesses. So having that level of insight and that efficiency allows you to focus more on the business development side of things, or alternatively, give you some of your time back. Because I know a lot of people who are in tourism, they've got other jobs as well. And we've got partners that visit Lincoln that work, in other roles, but then also have bed and breakfasts on the side, so to be able to claw some of that time back is only a good thing. Same with reach as well. Being online and being bookable online means greater exposure to more customers. And the same for collaboration as well, which is keeping everything in one place, means one platform, means it's only one thing that people have to learn. So if you bring in a member of staff or a family member who's helping you run the business, you can teach them the platform, they understand it, people can access it, on their own devices. They don't have to necessarily come to an office or go through paperwork and those kinds of things. And again, that relates to spend as well, which is it reduces the amount of money that you're spending on administration costs, but also increases the likelihood of customers spending with your business, because of course, booking stuff online is much easier than sending an email or picking up the phone, for example. Obviously, some customers like that, but we're going to go into that. So on the right-hand side, what we have is the marketing side of things, which is really what people expect. So consumer expectations have actually changed quite drastically in the last 18 months, but really all it's done is accelerate an existing trend. So previously, more and more people were becoming digitally savvy and making bookings online, and that's only going to continue. And it's become an expectation, which is people want stuff to be bookable online. Some people will want a phone, some people will want an email, but really it's about making sure you're meeting all of the requirements of customers. And again, it helps with post-COVID planning. So people are now thinking, as lockdown is going quite well, in terms of easing those restrictions, people will now be thinking about where they can go on holiday, and it's going to be domestic. So the reality is that they will be comparing different places, different bed and breakfasts or hotels, and looking at those products and pricing. And again, that's why it's really important to have that bookability option. And it reassures people as well, because they can see the price, they can make the booking there and then, they can manage their booking through that platform, and that will give them the confidence in terms of booking. They don't have to send an email and wait for a reply for 3 days, or make a phone call and not really know what they're asking for. They can just have a browse, think about it, and then come back to it later, which is great for reassuring customers that they're choosing the right people to go with in terms of their holiday. So what does bookability actually look like? So this is an example. Grove House was previously managed basically just through repeat customers, through phone calls and through emails. Now, obviously, a lot of their customers still prefer to do that, but they also realize that, there is an opportunity in using a booking system. So as you can see on the left-hand side is what TXGB's booking system actually looks like. It's very simple and it's very easy to manage as well because it's simple. And you can see there the different products that they have. So 4-poster bedroom, treetops bedroom, and then the availability and the prices for each of those products. And it's not necessarily, as I've already said, an email or phone call versus online bookability. It's really about doing a bit of both and making sure that you are meeting all the possible customer needs. And the great thing as well about TXGB is you can input those bookings taken by phone and email into TXGB, so you don't double book yourself. You can keep everything online. So the reason bookability is important from a marketing perspective is because marketing is a leaky pipe. So here's an analogy. So 100 potential customers, these could be 100 cyclists who are looking on going on holiday, and they say, well, this place looks really nice. How do I book it? So they're on their phone, they're having a look, and then they say, oh, I have to phone. I don't want to phone. I don't want to call them up. I'd rather just book it online. I'll just go to this other place instead because, you know, they're signed up with Airbnb or something like that. So as a result of that, customers fall out of that pipe because you've got a leak there. So you end up with 5 actual customers out of a pool of 100 potential ones. So what you want to do is patch up that pipe. So this place looks nice. How do I book? And then the customer says, well, that's great. I can book online. So that customer who turned away is now a customer who is going to come with your business because you've filled that gap. So you end up with 10 actual customers rather than 5 out of 100. So obviously this is a very simplistic analogy, but it just hammers in the point that marketing and good marketing is about finding the problems in a business and then administering solutions where you can. So it's not necessarily about spending loads of money on social media. It's about doing simple things like this that are operationally beneficial to you as a business, but also good for your customers and makes it more likely for them to book with you. So plug the holes where you can. And as I've already said, you are in competition. So your business may be in a great location. It caters to the needs of the cycling market and it's easy to book. But your competitor is also in a great location. They cater to the needs of the cycling market just like you do. But the problem is they have to email, call, and wait for a reply. The customer says, I don't want to do that. I'm going to go with you instead. So what you're doing there is you are making someone else's problem a benefit to you because you're saying, well, I'm taking that business away from them because they've not kept up to date with, you know, what customers want. So Visit England's TXGB booking system is free to join. There's no contract. You only pay a percentage on the commission. So it's 2.5% to TXGB themselves and 1.4% plus 20 pence per booking through Stripe payment processing. So you do have to join up with Stripe as well, which is an online payment processor, but it's relatively easy to do. And again, it's totally free. There's no cost to you apart from time in setting up TXGB. So I would encourage you to have a look at it. It also syncs with other booking systems, not every booking system, but it does sync up with some. So again, you can use, you know, mix and match and use different things. And also it allows you to choose distribution channels. So for example, you can host your business on Cycle England. So if you host your business on Cycle England, people will be able to book through there, but there will be a commission because you're going through a distributor, which is probably going to be around 5%. That hasn't been determined yet, but there will be a commission. And then of course, there's more mainstream sites as well. So online travel agents such as hotels.com. And obviously they have a commission on top of what they do. So if it works with the margins of your business, getting that visibility can be very, very good in terms of, you know, making sure that customers know that your business is there. So at Visit Lincoln, what we did is we created a series of TXGB videos to help you understand the platform, because the reality is that technology is sometimes a bit scary and it's a bit overwhelming. So rather than just have a webinar where I explain TXGB to you in great detail, what I did was create an example business called Jane's Bed and Breakfast. And then I went through the stages of how to set up your business using that business as an example. So I would encourage you to have a look at those videos, which I will send to you. And I will also send you TXGB's videos, which will help you set up the payment details and all of those technical issues. So once you've done that, you can get signed up with TXGB, watch these Visit Lincoln videos, And if you get stuck, let me know and I will get in contact with TXGB's technical support team, who are there all the time to help businesses like you to get yourself bookable. So thank you very much. Hope you found that session useful. And again, look forward to seeing your business bookable soon.
Thank you, Sam. That's brilliant. Thanks everyone for watching. And as Sam says, if you've got any questions, please do either go directly to Sam or myself, and we're very happy to help. Thank you.